How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to In the Pit with Steve, and we are traveling back in time today to check out a band that was fairly popular when I was kind of in, June, end of elementary. Sorry, my dog heard a noise outside. He's also very excited. This band kind of blew up around the time I was, in junior high, I think, something like that. We were checking out Mushroomhead because they have a new song out. You could tell I was a little desperate to find something to react to for this Monday today. I saw that they had a new album out, or not a new album. I assume this is probably coming for, a new album is on the way, but I saw that they had a new song out. If you're probably around my age, I assume you became familiar with Mushroomhead because you liked Slipknot, because at the time they were being compared fairly heavy to Slipknot. They had a similar appearance and I guess a somewhat similar sound, although I don't know, Mushroomhead always sounded a little bit more straightforward rock than early Slipknot did. But for me, I think like a lot of people, they found him with the album Double X, which is actually a compilation of, I think, their first three albums. The song Bwomp is where I first heard about them. And then in 2003, I want to say it was when Sun Doesn't Rise came out, which to me is probably their best song. That song broke through pretty big. It was on the soundtrack to Freddy vs. Jason. It was, and still to this day, that's a good song. It pops up on some of my Spotify playlists from time to time. And, it's one that I never skip. It's still a very, very solid song. But I genuinely, after 2003, I don't know what the hell has been going on with Mushroomhead. I could not tell you if the lineup is the same, is different. I assume probably over the years they've had lineup changes. They toured around here at some point within the past 5 years or so. And I thought about going, but I just ultimately decided not to. So I am genuinely curious to see what Mushroomhead is not only bringing to the table musically, but also visually here in the year 2024. So this song is called Fall in Line. And yeah, without any further ado, let's bwomp in the pit with some Mushroomhead. Oh, okay. Oh, that phone's too tall. See, that's a more realistic phone. We'll take a break there. This is way better than I thought it was going to be. It's really well produced, except for his vocals are a little bit buried in the mix. They kind of have that telephone effect on his vocals. You can really hear it when the female singer came in. She was kind of overpowering him a little bit, and the guitars are definitely overpowering him. But that's kind of a minor nitpick. I like it. It's way heavier than I remember them sounding. I don't know, maybe they've had a shift in their sound since I was listening to them legitimately like 20 years ago. But I dig it. I like having the male and female vocals. It adds quite a bit to the sound. Visually, it's a simple video, but I like it. I'll be honest, red and black is my least favorite color combination, but it is a striking look about it. The masks look great. Like they look like they definitely upped their budget in getting some pretty cool, like, looks like, movie prop level, stuff going on. So I dig it, man. This is like way more accessible and way more it's accessible in the fact that like it's a well written song, but it's also heavier than I remember them being. But I like it. This is like a pretty good, you know, we're only a minute 37 seconds in, but I feel like this is a pretty good entry point if you're a new fan. And also if you're somebody like me who liked them back in the day, like this is a pretty good entrance back into their sound. So yeah, I like it. I assume that this is probably going to be a pretty solid radio song from them. I don't know if they're getting like terrestrial play or if they're just like probably like one of those bands that's on the Sirius XM you know, metal and hard rock stations these days, because I rarely listen to terrestrial radio anymore, and I don't have Sirius XM to listen to stuff like Liquid or Octane or whatever the other stuff they have is. But yeah, so far I'm digging it. Mushroomhead's still going strong, man. So let's get back into it. I like her vocal doubling behind her during that. That is it. All right. So I think ultimately my biggest criticism of the song is that it's pretty much stuck in second gear the entire time. I was really hoping that after we got through that bridge, it was kind of push itself. When she's singing in the, I guess you pretty much consider it the chorus of the song, you can hear the you know, she's doing her own backing vocals on it, where she's kind of hitting those higher notes going into a different register. And I think if they had kind of put that in the forefront, like have her start really belting out, you know, towards the end of the song, there's a section where the drummer kicks into double bass. You know, if they had tailored the last section of the song to kind of be in double time where the drummer starts like really pushing it forward and she's really belting it out, I think it would have made the song way, way more dynamic. It seems like they were just playing it a little bit too safe. That's not to say it's a bad song. It's a very good song. By default, it's the best Mushroomhead song I've heard in decades. But I'm very curious to hear what else is going to be on this album. This is enough to get me. I'll add this to my list of albums I need to listen to. I keep a spreadsheet of everything that comes out. I keep track of every album that I listen to throughout the year. And, you know, I have a list off to the side of, you know, here's what's coming out throughout the year that I need to listen to. So this is going to get tossed down there because I am curious to see what the rest of the album is going to sound like. But I'd like to see them take some risks. I'd like to see them kind of push themselves because they obviously can do it. There's hints of it in the song. It's just they need to kind of go forward. And that's not necessarily a band problem. It's probably a producer problem. Whoever was producing this should have been making the recommendation. Maybe they did. They were shot down. It's entirely possible. But they should have been in the studio making the recommendation of like, hey, this song's pretty good. We can make it a lot better. Let's kind of kick it up a notch towards the end of the song. And I think it would have just really, really brought those dynamics out from the band. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I didn't know quite what to expect. I didn't know if they were going to be kind of clinging to that classic nu metal sound. A lot of bands these days are trying to sound like what Mushroomhead sounded like, you know, when they were kind of a fresh new band on the scene nationally. So they've actually decided, you know what? No, we don't necessarily need to do that. Or maybe they just decided not to do it for the song. I'd have to hear what the rest of the album is going to bring forth. But I like the fact that they were like, you know, let's try something a little bit different. You know, it's kind of a straightforward song. And they did do that as they went on. They did have that more straightforward sound, which, you know, that's the last of the stuff that I remember hearing from them. It's a very radio friendly song. Like I said, it's a very safe song. I just wish they would have done more with it. It's like a great framework that could have just been, you know, maybe improved upon. But I did enjoy the overall song. I thought it was, you know, well-produced song musically. Guitars sound good, drums sound good. Both vocalists are pretty good. I'm not a super big fan of his screaming style, but, you know, it's not, I've heard way worse. So it doesn't detract from the song in any way. So we'll be back in just a moment with some final thoughts. All right. I pulled up their Wikipedia page because I kind of wanted to see what was going on. I do remember hearing that J-Man had left the band for the second time and that Jeffrey Nothing had left the band as well. They do have he's not an original member, but Dave Felton is back in the band on guitar. The female vocalist looks like Jackie LaPonza is her name. They have 3 vocalists listed, but I think that we only saw the 2 in this video. But yeah, it looks like they've got, oh geez, Skinny Felton's still in the band. I remember his name in there because he was their like long time drummer. They've got him listed as no longer playing drums, but just playing percussion and then samples and keyboards. They must have moved him over. Looks like the new drummer, Aiden Kerr, looks like he was their touring drummer for a couple of years and now is the full-time drummer in the band. Still a big lineup of people in the band. And their former members is becoming ridiculous at this point. It's like 20 people. But yeah, overall, I mean, I dug it. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to go back and listen to like their last album, which looks like was about 4 years ago. And then the new album, Call the Devil, which this song is from, is coming out in a couple of months. August 9th. So I'm curious to see what it's going to sound like. I'm looking forward to it. And that's, you know, it's been a long time since I've been able to say that I was looking forward to a Mushroomhead album. So we'll see how it goes. If they put out any other singles, maybe we'll toss them up on the channel. But yeah, I think they've got a good sound going. Like I said, you know, my biggest criticism, I just wish it maybe was a little bit more dynamic and they would have pushed themselves towards the end of the song. But hey, you know, that's just my opinion. That's, you know, one person's viewpoint on it. So that's going to do it for me, everybody. And thanks for hanging out, and we'll get in the pit again with each other real soon.